Guys, I welcome you on our channel. Yes, in this video guys, we are going to explore the benefits of baking soda. Yes, baking soda. Baking soda in our poultry birds. Why do you have to buy boosters? You know what we call meat boosters, because in most cases you will find farmers buying meat boosters so that they can boost on the growth of their birds, so that they can boost, you know, the weight of their birds. But in this video guys, I am going to explore the benefits of baking soda to your birds. Yes, you will never buy, you know, boosters again. These boosters are expensive, yet we have what we call the natural boosters available in our homes, which we can use to boost the weight of our birds, especially those who are in broilers. If you have broilers, yes, broilers, I am going to show you the benefits of baking soda. You can give baking soda to your broilers in just 30 days and you can sell off these broilers. They can be at 1.5, yes, 1.5 kgs. If at all you give them baking soda, I'm going to show you how you can administer this baking soda to your broilers. So stick on the channel guys. Do not rush, because I know most people, they want to rush whenever they hear, you know, something new. They want to rush and, you know, but you will not get the full context. That's why I always explain these things in details, so that you don't error, so that you don't do errors. So stick on the channel. I'm going to show you how you can administer this baking soda and boost the weight of your broilers or local chicken. If you have local chicken and you want to sell it at 3 months, I told you that our birds, we sell them at 3 months, and at 3 months they are 3 kilograms. Yes, you too, your local chicken can reach 3 months, especially the cocks. When you want to sell the cocks at 3 months, 3 months and a half, they are ready to go in the market. Why? Because you can use baking soda to boost on their weight. It is very simple and easy. Within a shortest period of time, your birds are weighing, you know, they weigh much. They have a lot of kilograms ready to sell, and you get money. So benefit number one, why do we give baking soda? Why we should give baking soda to our birds? First and foremost, we need to understand what is baking soda. Baking soda, this is, you know, actually the chemical name, it's called bicarbonate. Bicarbonate, yes, sodium bicarbonate. It is a compound, because these are bases. You remember in chemistry we call them bases. So bases, but I will not go, you know, I will not go deep in chemistry. I know you don't like those things. So this is bicarbonate, because in most, you know, you go into supermarkets or other shops to buy bicarbonate, and it will be labeled bicarbonate. You will not find baking soda in some, you know, some shops, but we call it bicarbonate or baking soda. So this is a base in chemistry, and we need to know the pH, because remember in chemistry we have what we call pH. What is pH? pH means potential hydrogen. Remember, in each and everything in life we have to balance the pH. Now pH has two types. We have what we call the alkaline and the acidity, and also we have what we call the medium or the neutral. Yes, you remember those things in chemistry when we had the acidity on this side, on the left hand side, alkaline on the right hand side, and in the middle we have what we call the neutral. Remember, it was like this. This pH chart was like this. So from number 1, this is 7 and this is 14. So here 2, 3, 4, 5 to 7, and also here 8 to 14. So between 1 and 6, this one was acidic or acidity on the pH, you know, chart. Then number 7 was the neutral. And 14, between 8 to 14, this was alkaline. So you remember those things: acidity, neutral, alkaline. So water is neutral. It has no component inside. Therefore, it is neutral. Now, guys, you remember all these things. That's why I first, you know, explored the potential hydrogen, so that you can understand the pH of these things. Now, a bicarbonate, this is a base. Yes, because it is a salt. You remember in pH we had what we call acids, bases, and salts. So bicarbonate lies under salts, and salts are alkaline in nature. Yes, you remember those things in chemistry. I will not go into deep details of them. So bicarbonate is a salt. Therefore, being a salt, it lies under alkaline. We had what we call acidity. I will not go into details for acidity. Now, that is a good introduction. Now, let's see the benefits of this bicarbonate in our chicken and see. Yes, what are the benefits? Having known that this bicarbonate or baking soda lies under salts or alkaline. Now, the benefit number one, it tenderizes meat. Yes, it tenderizes the meat by changing the physical composition of meat fibers. It tenderizes meat by changing the composition, the physical composition of meat fibers. What are meat fibers? Now, when we talk about tenderizing or tenderizes meat, what does tenderizing mean? Tenderizes simply means it softens the meat and makes it easy for chewing and digestion. Remember, when we eat this meat, there are those chicken which have, very hard meat. Whenever you cook it, it becomes very hard and it takes long to be ready to eat. Now, when you give your birds baking soda, when you give them baking soda, that means your meat will be tender. It will be soft and easy to digest. Yes, we don't need, hard meat to chew the meat which can even take away your teeth. No. So, if you give them baking soda, that means the meat will be tender. It will be very easy, soft for digestion and for chewing as well. That is what we call the tenderized meat. So that is point number one, or benefit number one for baking soda. Another benefit, it raises another benefit of baking soda, it raises the pH levels. Yes, it raises the pH levels to make proteins, to make proteins in the meat to bond. So this is benefit number two. The baking soda or bicarbonate, it raises our pH level in our bodies to make proteins in the meat to bond. What does that mean? Whenever these birds consume the feeds with proteins, so when you give them baking soda, that means the pH will rise. Yes, the pH will rise and it makes the proteins in the meat to bond. That is what we want. Whenever these proteins are bonded together, they come together and bond. That means our birds are gaining more weight. Why? Because the proteins in the feeds are bonded together to make what we call meat fibers. Yes, meat fibers. Enyama ebinwa, meat fibers in our chicken. So that is point number two. Point number three, or benefit number three, it improves the digestibility of feeds, hence improving on feed ratio. Yes, digestibility. It improves the digestibility of feeds. Yeah, whenever these birds, whenever you give them baking soda, that means the digestion will be easy. Yes, the digestion will be easy. Why? And after being easy, it will improve on the food conversion ratio. What is food conversion ratio? Is the rate at which the feeds are converted into weight or into meat. That is what we call food conversion ratio or feed conversion ratio. So when we give them baking soda, that means our digestibility of the feeds in our bodies will improve, hence increasing on the feed conversion ratio. What is feed conversion ratio? So whenever you give your birds 500 grams, expect this bird, if it has a very good conversion ratio, expect at least 250 grams of meat. Yes, they will convert this 500 into 250 grams of meat. If you give them 1 kilogram, expect this bird to give you 500 grams. If you give it 2 kilograms, 2 kgs, expect it to give you 1 kilogram of meat. That's why these broilers, you feed them 2.5 kilogram. That is the feeds that we give them throughout their cycle, because they spend one month to 2 weeks on our farm, and we give them each broiler count 2.5. Yes, between 2.5 to 3 kgs of feeds. This is the feeds that we give to our broilers, and they convert 2.5 or 3 kilogram into 1.5 kgs. That is the feed conversion ratio of a good broiler. Yes, that is the feed conversion of any good broiler. So these local chicken, we give them between 5.77 kilogram, and they convert it to give us 2.5 kgs. If you give it 6 kilograms, they have to give you 3 kilograms of meat. That is what we call feed conversion ratio. Yes, let's go to another benefit of giving baking soda to your birds. Yes, point number 1, 2, 3. Point number 4, it accelerates the utilization of nutrients in our feeds. That one I finished. Another point, it helps in excretion of harmful substances. Yes, it helps in excretion of harmful substances, hence increasing on chicken weight gain. Yes, because it helps in excretion of harmful substances that come with the feeds, hence help in weight gain. Whenever you give them baking soda, these harmful substances that come in the feeds will be taken away by this baking soda, and our feeds will be converted into weight. Another point, it reduces the heat stress. Yes, it reduces heat stress and repress the lost bicarbonates during panting. What do I mean by reducing heat stress? Remember, whenever there is too much heat stress, or whenever there is too much heat in the poultry unit, the birds will start panting. You know what panting means? They pant. What we call panting. So panting means they have heat stress. There is too much heat in the unit. So whenever you give bicarbonate or baking soda, these birds, because they use a lot of energy during panting, they are sweating as well. So they are losing what we call salts. Remember, bicarbonate, we said that it is a salt in our introduction. It is a salt. So whenever these birds are panting, they are stressed in first place, and they are using a lot of energy. So using a lot of energy, they are losing the salts. Also in human beings, whenever you run, maybe you are running, you will sweat. And whenever you check your sweats and test them, you will see that it tastes like salt. So that is salt. You are losing salt, and your body is becoming acidic. Why? Because you are losing the salts in it, and that means your alkaline levels are going to decrease, and you need at least to regain back, because whenever you are sweating, you are reducing the alkalinity of your body. Why? Because the sweats are salty. Also in chicken, whenever they pant, they lose salts in the body, and we need to balance these salts. Why? Because they help to balance the pH level, as we said, the pH, potential hydrogen. They need to balance the pH. Our bodies need, first of all, they need acids, and they also need salts. That is the alkalinity and also the acidity part. So whenever they pant, they lose the salts through panting, and whenever you give them baking soda, that means this baking soda will balance the salts again in the body of the birds. Yes, because if you don't balance this, if you don't balance this the alkaline of the body of the chicken, that means acidity will increase. Acids in the body will increase. It will increase. Why? Because salts have been lost through panting. So acids will rise, and they will affect the lungs and the kidney. And you have what we call kidney failure. You will see your birds dying because it will affect them, their lungs, through what we call respiration. So they just die and get what we call cardiac arrest. The heart will just, stop working and they will die. So chicken are very delicate, especially these broilers, when it comes to losing salts or alkaline. So they will pant and die. Why? Because they have lost salts, which balances the pH or the acidity part of, this metabolism, and they will die because the acids are too much in the lungs and in the kidney. So, which will lead later for them to die. So guys, those are the benefits of bicarbonate in our buds. Do not buy boosters. Just use bicarbonate. It will boost the weight of your buds. They will, it will balance the alkalinity and the acidity part of the bud's body. And it will also increase on the feed conversion ratio of your buds, hence gaining more weight within a shortest period of time. You just try it and you tell me in just 7 days, you will see the weight that your buds gain. So guys, how do we administer? Yes, administering bicarbonate. How do we give? Yes, how do we give? How to give your buds? How do we give? We just put in drinking water. Drinking water. Let's say your drinker has 10 liters. 10 liters. Yes, 10 liters of water. That is the capacity of your drinker. So what are you supposed to do? Just put a quarter of bicarbonate. Yes, in that drinker. Put a quarter of bicarbonate in that drinker and stir it very well. Stir. So that it can, it can dissolve. We stir to dissolve in the water. Yes, because these are crystals, what we call crystals. What are crystals? Crystals, they are like, they are like salt in that form. They are like powder, crystals, powder form. So they dissolve. Whenever you put in water, it dissolves in the water. So stir it very well to dissolve these crystals or these crystal powders in the water, and you give to your buds, and you will see a very great change in the tenderness of the meat of your buds. And whenever you sell these buds to your customers, they will say that your buds are really good. Yes, because they have tender meat, soft and easy, to digest that meat. And also, the meat will be very delicious because there was a very good bond of proteins in that meat. See you guys in my next video. If it's your first time to be on this channel, please consider subscribing, like the video, and also share to others. Please share my videos to your friends so that they also gain through these teachings that I give you for free on this channel. See you guys in my next video. God bless you abundantly.